we have a different equation. This one says 3x over 4 minus x over 2 is equivalent to 3 over 5x. We are asked to, as usual, find x. Now, as opposed to question 2, where we multiply both sides by denominator of fractions, in this case, we have fractions on both the left hand side and the right hand side. So I cannot multiply it by the denominator of one fraction alone. So what do? I'll find the LCM, that's the lowest common multiple of all the denominators. So the first step is to find the LCM of all the denominators, which are 4, 2, and 5x. So the LCM of 4, 2, and 5x, that gives us 40x. So we have 40x as our lowest common multiple. Now, I can now multiply 40x by every term in the equation. That's by 3x over 4 minus x over 2 is equal to 3 over 5x. So we multiply all through by 40x. We have 3x over 4 multiplied by 40x. We're equivalent minus, x multiplied by 40x will now be equivalent to 3 over 5x multiplied by 40x. So if you observe closely, we have 3x times 40x. 4 here can divide 40 to give us 10. What we have left is 10x. 10x now multiply 3x, that gives 30x squared. Then minus, we have 20x squared will be equivalent to 40x divided 5x. Here, x can cancel itself. 5 divided by 40, that's going to give us 8. 8 multiplied by 3, finally it becomes 24. So we have 30x squared minus 20x squared is equivalent to 24. Now, 30x squared minus 20x squared, that gives us 10x squared, which is now equivalent to 24. The same thing we did before, we are going to divide both sides by the coefficient of x squared in this case, which is 10, so as to obtain x on one side. So dividing both sides by x squared, we have x squared to be equivalent to 24 divided by 10. In order to obtain x, because that's what we're asked to find, we're going to take the square. We're going to take the square of both sides. Square roots rather. The square roots of both sides. So that becomes the square root of x squared will be equivalent to the square root of 24 divided by 10. The square root of x squared is equivalent to x. That's according to indices, which we are going to talk on another video. But the square root of x squared will give us x. So x become equivalent to square root of 24 over 10. 24 over 10 is not a perfect square, so it remains 24 over 10. But we can reduce 24 over 10 to its simplest term by dividing by a common factor, which in this case is 2. So if we divide both sides by 2, that's the numerator and denominator, we have 12 divided by 24, that gives us 12. 24 divided by 2 gives us 12, and 10 divided by 2 gives us 5. So our final answer becomes x is equals to the square root of 12 over 5. Now for the last question, we have 2x plus 3 to the power of half is equals to x minus 1. For the third question, we said that the square root of x squared is equivalent to x. The reason for that is that the square root of any number, in this case x squared, is the same thing as that number to the power of half. So I can express this as the square root of 2x plus 3, which is also equal to x minus 1. Now we can do what we did for question 3, which is to take the square of both sides. So I'm going to square both sides, square both sides, and we have square root of 2x plus 3 all squared will be equivalent to x minus 1 all squared. 2x plus 3 square root all squared. Now that's equivalent to 2x plus 3, and x minus 1 all squared, we have x minus 1 all squared. Now our goal is to find x, and we can only do that if x minus 1 all squared is fully expanded. X minus 1 all squared can be expanded into more terms, which will be simpler for us to work with. What do I mean? X minus 1 squared is the same thing as x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 1. So now we use something known as the 4 method. So the 4 method involves you using one term outside to multiply both terms of the other factor, that's x minus 1. These two, they are factors. Then you use the second to multiply both of them before you add them. Right, so let's do that. So we have 2x plus 3 will be equals to, using x to multiply x minus 1, we have x multiplied by x minus 1. Then using minus 1 to multiply x minus 1, we have minus 1 multiply x minus 1. So let's open it now. We can now say x multiply x to give us x squared, minus 1 multiplied by x will give us minus x. Minus 1 times x is minus x as well, and minus 1 times minus 1, since negative multiplied by negative is positive, we have plus 1. So this is equivalent to 2x plus 3. We can further write this as 2x plus 3 is equals to x squared minus 2x plus 1. Now we have the equation fully expanded, so we're going to, as always, collect like terms. We're going to collect like terms by moving all terms with x to one side and ones without x to the other side. So we're going to do it first. We're going to move all terms with x to the left hand side, then to the right hand side, then one without x we'll move to the left hand side. To move the terms with x to the right hand side, subtract 2x from both sides. So we have 2x plus 3 minus 2x will be equivalent to x squared minus 2x plus 1 minus 2x. So 2x minus 2x, that's 0. What we have left is 3, which now equals to x squared minus 2x, that gives us minus 4x plus 1. So we have all terms containing x on the right hand side. We need the constants on the left hand side now. So we have To do that, we simply subtract 1 from both sides. It becomes 3 minus 1 will be equals to x squared minus 4x plus 1 minus 1. That becomes 2 will be equals to x squared minus 4x. Now we've succeeded in taking the all terms with x to the right hand side and one without x to the left hand side. In order to go further in this equation, we cannot use normal algebraic steps. We use this equation is known as a quadratic equation. It's known as a quadratic equation. And it will be good to know that quadratic equations are always of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equivalent to 0. That's the general formula for quadratic equation. We identify quadratic equation because the highest power of x is 2. That's how we identify them. And how do we solve them? We use it called the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is represented as minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. Now, we want to use the quadratic equation to solve our equation since the highest power of x was 2. But if you observe our equation, it is not equivalent to 0, rather it's equivalent to 2. But we can make it equivalent to 0 by moving 2 to this side, that's subtracting 2 from both sides. So our final equation, which is now the quadratic equation, becomes x squared minus 4x minus 2 now equivalent to 0. So we'll now list out that ax squared, which is the first term. A is the coefficient of x squared. In this case, a is 1. We have b, the coefficient of x, minus 4. We have c, the constant, is minus 2. So let's plug in our values. We have minus 4 plus or minus the square root of b squared, b is minus 4, we'll put that in bracket, all squared, minus 4, a is 1, c is minus 2, all divided by 2 multiplied by 1. So this is equivalent to minus multiplied by minus gives us plus. That's positive, which is now 4, plus or minus square root of minus 4 all squared is the same thing as 16. That's positive 16. We have 16 minus 4 times 1 times minus 2. That gives us plus 8. Divided by 2 times 1 remains 2. So this is now equals to 4 plus or minus square root of 16 plus 8 gives us 24 divided by 2. Now, this could be our final answer, but we can break it down into simpler terms. How? We can decompose this fraction and say that it is equal to 4 divided by 2 plus or minus square root of 24 divided by 2. Because if we take the lowest common multiple, which is 2, we will have 4 plus 24 as numerator and a common denominator, which is now 2. Now, we can now say that 2 goes into 4, we have 2, and root 24 divided by 2, which if we break down, is equals to root 6. So we have this is equals to 2 plus or minus root 6. So our final answer becomes x is equals to 2 plus root 6 or 2 minus root 6. That's our last question. Thanks for watching.